coming off of a tough loss to Mercer, one that I thought we were right there in a position to finish the game out. It was pretty disappointing, but at the same time, we got to move on to the next game, which is against a North Florida team, which is probably the opposite. It's a team that wants to get up and down the floor. They want to really average 13 threes made a game. So that tells you that they're a team that really wants to play up tempo and like to shoot the three ball or layup. So it's a team that's going to present some problem from the standpoint of our perimeter defense. Has really got to be on point. We gave up 10, I think, threes to Mercer the other night. We made 7 ourselves, and that probably was the difference in the game. So we've got to be on. We really got to be, with those guys. Bo Beach is a guy that I got a chance to watch the LSU game, and I think he had like 6 or 7 threes in the first half. So they're a team that has multiple guys that can shoot the basketball. The leading scorer is their point guard, and Dallas Moore. But it's a team, as I say, like to get up and down the floor. They mix up their defenses, zone, man, but they won't outscore you. So it's for our fans coming, it's going to be an up-tempo game, no question about it.
Mike, I saw with Johnny Jones after the LSU game. It was 119-108. He said they kind of remind him of Loyola Marymount. I remember you guys faced Marymount in the late 80s in the tournament. Do these guys look like Marymount at all to you?
Well, I don't know if it's Marymount, but they are really putting the ball up. They're shooting the ball at a high clip. I mean, when you got a team that's shooting over 40, I think it's almost 45% from three-point land, that tells you they're really shooting the basketball. I think Loyola I think their mindset was to shoot it within 5 seconds, something like that. I don't know if they shoot it quite that fast, but they put it up. They put the ball up.
You guys have, like Dusty and Bell, but you guys have like 5 guys, I think, that have hit between 15 and 14. I mean, what kind of challenge does that present when you've got so many options from the 3-point standpoint?
Well, we've got to be, again, we've got to be with their players. I mean, all their guys can shoot the basketball. So if traps occur, we got to be in great rotation. We got to be with the shooters. I think we got to be really solid on our defense. Continue to put pressure on them to hopefully get them out of the rhythm. I think basketball, sometimes for guys that really shoot the basketball, is about rhythm. So we've got to get them out of their comfort zone.
How do you feel about your perimeter defense? Because early in the year it was kind of an issue. You said it's gotten better. Where do you think
I feel it's gotten better. I thought in the last game, I thought we kind of went to sleep a couple of times, and I thought the Lewis kid made us pay in the Mercer game. But I think it has something that we talked about, trending some things down. That was one of the things we talked about, the percentage of three-point shots that teams are making, and it's got to be at its best against a North Florida team. As I said, they've been battle tested. They went to Louisville, they went to Dayton. They play team, LSU. So they'll come in, I'm sure, very, very confident. They just came off of a win against Florida A&M. But again, it's a team that can shoot the basketball. And the thing about going on the road, when you play on the road, you got to have a team that can put the ball in the hole. And they have guys that are capable of doing it.
All the threes they shoot, how important are long rebounds going to be for your guards to?
Well, I think that's going to be critical. Our defense as a whole is going to have to be, we've got to be intact with one another. And, our guards have been rebounding the basketball. The game at the Mercer game, I thought it came down to rebound, and they got to stick back there right at the end. But it's going to be important that our guys really find the ball. There's going to be a lot of long rebounds, and we've got to make them pay. We got to push the ball on them and be in attack mode in terms of attacking the basket. We got to, teams have, hurt them on the board, so we've got to be able to go and attack the glass, defensive glass and offensive glass.
Moses played 39 minutes, I think, the other night. I mean, do you have to give him some more rest? Or?
Yeah, I thought that's too many minutes. When I looked at it, I thought, and that probably, the reason why, he had some plays where he didn't finish. I mean, we had about 10 shots that we didn't finish around the basket. We got to finish those shots off so we can, not only get on our defense, but we can score. But he's got to. I think Willie's got to get in there and give us some more quality minutes. I think the energy is going to be big. I think our depth is going to have to be big in this game. Guys coming off, Trey Thompson, as well as a guy like Willie coming off. I'm looking forward to hopefully Jimmy Witt really getting in a rhythm, getting consistent. He still at times plays like a freshman. and that's all about confidence.
Jimmy was 1 for 6 the other night, kind of uncharacteristic, because he scored, pretty consistently. Was that just a rough night for him?
It was a rough night for him. It was a rough night for Jabril. I think he went 1 for 5. I think Keaton Miles went 1 for 5. So you're talking about 3 for 18 between those guys, if not more. So we got to put the ball in the hole. I think that's a key. So we can, in essence, get into our defense. I mean, you hold a team to 35% shooting. They out-rebounded us. We made them turn it over 15 times. You should win that ball game. But we came up a little short, and we've been in a few games like that. So we've got to be able to make plays. It reminds me of 2 years ago, we would kind of plays away in games. And so in order to make those plays, you got to have some guys that be in position to make those plays. To hopefully you're in position, let's say it's got scores tied up 40 seconds to go. You got to be able to make some plays. And then you got to make the plays on the defensive end too, like coming up with a rebound.
Does having Anton back, how does that help your equipment?
Well, I think he's going to give us some toughness. I think he's going to give us a guy that can, that can guard on the perimeter. I think he'll be one of your better perimeter defenders. But he's got to get his legs back. I mean, he's been out for a while, so it's going to take some time. So it's another adjustment for this team. I think this team was finding a pretty good rhythm, and so it's like we took a little baby step back against the Mercer game. So I'm looking forward to our guys coming out and really playing, leaving it on the floor against the North Florida team and getting more into the rhythm that we want to play.
Feel Dusty was kind of pressing and going back on.
And that's an interesting comment, because I even told our guys, I thought our whole team was like that. I thought they tried too hard, and I thought no question about he was. You could see it. It was just a build-up. And sometimes you want to do some things so bad that it don't turn out that right. But I thought the second half we were in a much better rhythm.
I guess Mackey and Beach, they hit 95 threes between, which is more than you guys hit all year. Is there something in particular those two guys do that really makes them effective?
They can make shots. They can make shots. They're veteran guys. Their offense is geared toward pushing it down the floor, and as opposed to letting it up. They're going to spot up on the perimeter, and they got a great guard and more in terms of penetrating and kicking the ball out to those guys. So when you got multiple guys, the Daniels kid, he impresses me coming off the bench for them. He's not a 6'8" kid, can knock some shots down. So, but when you got more, you got a Beach, you got a Mackey, all those guys are. That's dangerous when you got guys making 53s, one making 40 some odd, and the Moore kid, he just controls things. So it's something that we've got to make sure that we're in their face. And Beach, no question, he's got, when you see Dusty shooting from 30 feet out, this guy got 30-foot range as well. Got to make him put it on the floor, make them become drivers.